We're architects, but we kind of work across sort of research and arts and teaching as well. Really.
I think that's a good one. Like, we're architects, but and
Yeah.
then you can list off lots of other things.
Started in 2008, and it's means octopus in Italian. It's about tentacles, fingers in lots of pies, tentacles in lots of dishes. I don't know, because we wanted to do lots of different things, and it was set up to be a social enterprise. I think it's probably the first social enterprise architecture practice in the UK. Not 100% sure, but fairly sure. And to be able to initiate stuff, so not just kind of go out and do things for other people, but come up with ideas and kick them off. So that was the starting point. And they're still kind of managing to do that. A lot of what we've done has been around housing. Christina's research is like around the commons and housing, and I suppose John's kind of that from more kind of artist-led side. So there's kind of lots of overlaps between the kind of arts field, architecture, and kind of housing and sort of justice and the commons, I suppose.
We do have these, I guess, like there are a few sort of strands that cut across, like interested in alternative models for housing, interested in the links between art and architecture.
I think how we can kind of provide sort of use our kind of knowledge and expertise to kind of kick off debate and kind of help people, I suppose, that maybe wouldn't access those sort of skills, you know, rather than just working for people with a fair bit of cash to do them a nice house, and saying how can we kind of get in and change things and sort of make things different in the city, and different people can live in different ways, I suppose the big one's Portland Works, isn't it? I mean, I think that was from us really early on, helping this campaign to sort of save it from being bought by the being sold by the landlord to make housing. Did a big funding bid with the uni to sort of help the organisation that wanted to save it come up with a way of raising shares and what their business model might be. So that was a kind of more uni research thing, and then after that we then start to work on how they might use the building once they've got it and what they might fix and how they might take that on. I suppose that's kind of the biggest scale one. But recently we've just had some guys come in from a group called the Handlebars, who are kind of a cycle-based theatre company with an idea around a carbon neutral, carbon positive theatre space made out of trees, kind of living trees, which is kind of super exciting. So that's kind of really early stage where we've just been working out how we might approach that.
I think block projects is also an interesting one.
Yeah.
In terms of like working with an organisation before they even had funding, looking at how to develop kind of a strategy over quite a long period of time.
Yeah.
Starting off with quite a small scale sort of furniture commission that tied in with a much wider expansion of the building. But before we were here, we were in your house.
Yeah, so the attic of our house was the office, which was quite a nice space, but it's a bit weird for John, having to kind of climb through all the kids' rubbish. And also I find that not being able to escape your work was a nightmare. So it was kind of not a bad space, but it is just in your house, and you can't go to work and come home, which was really useful, I think. So that was one of the main drivers.
And it wasn't ideal for like collaborating with other people.
No, and you couldn't really have meetings or get people in because it's a bit awkward. So that was a bit rubbish. And I think here is an amazing spot, because it is right in the middle of everything. It's super easy to find. And when we came, we were building stuff up here and messing around, and it was kind of like a workshop / office. And then as the cafe started, it's kind of nice to be able to meet people downstairs. So I think it's a good spot, and then gradually, it's pretty. There was like 10 people when we started, and now there's kind of lots of other people. It's kind of an interesting mix of people using the space. So.